Parents often talk about the difficulties in communicating with teenagers, and particularly in the case of the families we support, helping them to come to terms with the illness or death of a loved one. So let's look at why that might be. Between childhood and adulthood, our hormones kickstart a phase of significant change. And while physical changes of adolescence may be obvious, less visible are changes that these hormones trigger in our brains, which might just be responsible for turning our teenage years into a bit of a roller coaster. Throughout our lives, our brains undergo a process called neural pruning. The structures through which our neurons communicate are either lost or strengthened, depending on how much we use them. Well-used ones grow strong, while the weaker ones fade away. It's this process that makes us capable of faster, clearer and more complex thought as we grow up. But crucially, pruning happens at different rates in different areas of the brain. By the time we're adolescents, the neural networks that communicate emotion, risk and reward are well developed, while others, which may help us to plan, prioritise, think logically and moderate our social behaviour, are yet to mature. So there's a potential mismatch between our emotion and our judgment, just as our emotional and social worlds are becoming more complex. Consequently, dealing with intense emotions like illness, death and bereavement can be more difficult for young people, and working through feelings might be a slower process. In a recent university study, they focused on the social worries adolescents feel when presented with photographs of different social scenes. Anxious younger teens were more likely than others to perceive negativity. But while these heightened emotions and the struggle to control them can make adolescence a difficult time for some, it's also a golden time for learning and growth. So whilst our teenage years may feel pretty weird, the adolescent brain is particularly agile and flexible, and as such can be more open to different ways of coping and adapting, which often helps when thinking about the death of a loved one.